Oh, so yeah, again. Alright. Welcome to halftime, Christmas halftime, New Year halftime.
New Year halftime.
Yeah.
Hump year.
Oh, there's two videos.
Oh, there's a camera over there.
Hey, good thing I was
I don't
doing
think they've got a
anything.
particularly good view, but fuck it, cameras are being fuckwits. No care.
It'll do.
Alright, we're going to play some more metagame because we were having way too much fun arguing
Before.
at each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure.
think that's it.
Alright.
Alright.
I guess we'll keep it in the order that we just did.
Sure, so
On the podcast, which you probably just listened to.
So that makes me the
Maybe.
first judge.
It does.
Yeah, sure.
Let me draw a card. Okay.
And if you listen to the podcast, I'm categorically bad at this game, evidently. So
Which way?
let's
Which
see
way?
if I can.
Okay, yeah. So it's just. Okay, so I have the question: which is more sexist?
Oh,
It's not sexy. It is sexist. Think of Nigel Tufnell. What's wrong with being sexy? Sexist.
I don't know about this one. No. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can pitch for, I don't think.
I don't know some of these games either.
Come on, 12 video games. How can you not find something sexist?
Okay, sure. Alright. I will. Yes, something sexist. Alright, I'm gonna play Dance Dance Revolution as more sexist than whatever Liam is about to play.
Okay.
I don't know what to play.
Just to be interesting, controversial.
Prince of Persia.
Okay. All right.
Who would you like to hear first, Judge? Alright.
Josh, go.
As I was sort of looking through my cards, I couldn't think of really anything to really pin sexism on in relation to the games that I had, but something about Dance Dance Revolution and the fact that only fat men appear to be good at Dance Dance Revolution, and evidently only on YouTube videos where they're either really good or they fall over hilariously. I think that's more sexist than Prince of Persia, simply because women don't seem to have the opportunity or want the opportunity to be good and or bad at dancing.
So there's a glass ceiling.
Yeah, they're dancing on the glass ceiling of our
Lionel
emotions.
Richie.
So realistically, I think that Dance Dance Revolution excludes women from being bad at it, and presumably a lot of the people that create the music for these crazy, insane games are Japanese men. That's just me being sexist. So,
Case in point.
so
That's what the game
Dance
brings
Dance
out.
Revolution is more sexist because it makes me more sexist because of it.
Okay.
I rest my case.
I chose Prince of Persia because it's never Princess of Persia. You always have to save the princess. Why can't the princess save the prince?
That's true.
The female is always the buddy sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
She's always the one that either gets into trouble, which not all females do.
Do. He's swearing on
Everybody does do.
that.
Wow,
They're do-doing on the glass ceiling.
that's a completely different video game and movie.
And book. Everybody poops.
Ah, right. So, in turn, Prince of Persia is sexist because it never gives the princess a turn. And if we're going by the day and age of when the Prince of Persia is set, they either probably do one or two things with if they do have a female firstborn. and they're not very nice things. We live in a day and age where if your firstborn is a female, then that's great, happy days. No longer are we living in the golden age, the dark ages.
Golden age, I love it. We do horrible things to women.
My only point, because clearly I can't make any points
about your own game.
About my own game.
Try and tear down Liam.
Pretty much, yeah. In the second latest Prince of Persia, which was the reimagining, as it were, not the Jake Gyllenhaal movie-based adventure, I would suggest that the woman in that role was given quite a pivotal role of saving the man at every opportunity for his own failures.
Yes.
While she might have been not implicit in the action, she was definitely there to make sure the prince, the infallible prince, got the job done.
That was because that was a really shitty game, and they needed a way to stop you from failing. And B,
and what better way to stop you from failing than a woman?
That game was still called Prince of Persia.
I'm going to come down with Liam on this one. I think Liam takes the round.
Yeah, I'm going to come down with Liam on this one.
Although that female character may have saved the player character, she wasn't the player character. She lacked agency. She wasn't given any free will to do as she pleased. She was just there to support the male character in his important endeavours.
Yes.
And that's sexist, let's say.
There we go.
Let's say that's sexist.
Sexism in games, done and dusted.
Get it together.
Alright, are we keeping these cards?
We're going to go into our second deck, but you've
got a second hand.
That, if you like.
Because who was Josh? You were the judge.
I was
second.
the last to judge.
Yep. Okay.
So,
last to judge. Okay, so Liam, you're judging. That was the deck you just used.
No, that's yes.
Yep. So we'll just chuck that back over here.
That's the deck I used. That was my last deck from the very first game I played.
Brilliant.
That's my new deck, and I just need to choose a card.
Beautiful.
That's the funny thing about all these like artistically rendered games and stuff like that is that because they couldn't get the rights to actually use images from the games, they had to be a bit creative.
Yeah,
with how they represent them.
They're good. They're very creative.
Yeah, it's good people are getting to see. That one's quite good.
Okay. Yeah. Which makes better use of space? You could argue space
as
in the outer space, or space as in physical space.
I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure every time I just look at these cards. Whatever first thought I could use to defend any of them is probably the wrong one. So I don't know if I should go for it or I should just back away.
I'm not going to play this one, but I really do like the picture, so I'm just going to move that in. Heavy Rain, just the red balloon.
Jason.
The Jason balloon.
Jason.
I would like to present to the table Mist. That's probably not in focus. That will be in focus. Mist is a better use of space than Heavy Rain.
Okay. I'm not picking Heavy Rain.
Fuck you then.
I said I just wanted to show the card because I like the drawing.
I just like.
I'm going to go for Lemmings.
Ew.
That sounded like a disapproval.
Slight
I'm in the lead.
No, I'm just saying. Good, interesting, controversial choice,
as it were.
Tom, let's hear Lemmings for why it makes better use of space.
Well, the entire game is based around the space that the lemmings are occupying, whether it's a space you do want them to or don't want them to occupy. Obviously, I haven't played Myst, so I'm not 100% au fait with the space usage and that. But Lemmings, I can definitely say the entire game is an experiment in moving around in space. You can do stuff where you squish them all through tight corridors, large expansive bits, and you need those sort of gaps sometimes to get areas moved.
I'm sorry, is
around.
your argument that there is space in Lemmings?
Well, the game is entirely based around using that space. Yeah.
So is every game when you frame it like that.
But specifically, the lemmings are getting from one space to another through tight spaces or large spaces.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
All right. Well, while I haven't played Myst either, it looks really pretty. And isn't that what space is all about?
Negative space.
Negative space, really. So
I can't believe your argument is it looks pretty.
it does look pretty. So you're on these fantastical islands attempting to solve puzzles or whatever. And they're fantastically artistically rendered, intended to make you feel isolated for the most part, which is this intentional use of space around you to feel either claustrophobic or welcomed into the world of Myst, into these inviting spacey environments. I feel like I'm getting
Saying the
overly
word
judged.
space over and over and over doesn't help your
I learned that in English.
case at all.
I learned it in Korean.
Continue.
Yeah, no, I got nothing. This is a piece of dog shit with these
That
guys.
was a really bad question, to be honest.
Yeah, it was quite a bad question, but I just feel that Myst is a better, which makes better use of space, considering it is literally open.
I'll let you know my answer, but first I want to tell you a little anecdote.
You're about to plug.
No.
One more like podcast, you can find some.
Give us a like, why don't
Why
you?
don't
Give us a like, why don't you?
Which makes better use of space. In my last hand, I had Portal 2.
Yeah.
That could have been done on 2 levels. Space within the
Blue and
game,
orange.
and space when they go into space.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for Portal 2.
It's alright, it's now
I'll
spoiled
bleep
for
them
me.
out with a sprung.
Perfect.
I now won't play the game. That's
Yeah.
ruined
Haven't you
it.
played it?
Nah.
I haven't
Come
finished
on.
Portal
I
2.
played the first one, but not the second.
Really? You haven't played it either?
I got brick walls.
You know how it ends, right?
Nope.
Oh, whoops.
Kate Johnson comes out and gives you a
Yes.
handshake.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
J.K. Simmons says some more cool stuff at you.
Yes.
Sweet.
Stephen Merchant gets his own series.
I'm gonna go with Myst.
Controversial.
Very.
I don't think so. It is a.
It's because I said space over and over
It
again,
is, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of got lost in the word space.
which is a better use of it.
It has it's a large area game, and it makes use of every square inch of that environment and game itself, island. So I have to go with Myst.
I think it was an obvious choice.
Alright. So
Yours.
now it
I'm
is-
judge, so we're 1 for 1.
Judge,
so
jury, and execution.
Tom might take this home, and we might all share a piece of the metagame prize.
Possibly.
Is that my questions over there?
Just there. Yep.
Alright.
I play for kids. Cool. Get it out of the show.
That's all right, yep. Oh, God, Dave. It's mine.
No,
Set up. Are you producing this shit now?
I am. My name's attached to it, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
No.
We'll see.
I don't put you in the tags. It's just Josh, Tom. No Liam. Alright. Judgy. It's time to get judgy. Which is more complex? Is a question I put to you. Which is more complex?
Alright. Well, I had a couple I could go for.
Mm-hmm. But plenty that
But
I'm gonna
shoot out.
Wait,
go.
I'm gonna go for Diablo.
Oh, interesting, because I'm going to go with Starcraft.
Oh, 2 Blizzard properties.
Well, that's Blizzard North, and that's just Blizzard, apparently.
One of them will shut down soon.
Who would you like to hear first?
I would like to hear Diablo first.
Diablo. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 20 floors of combat in it. I don't know if it's 20 or 30. It's been so long since I've played it, I can't
Okay.
remember. And it was so complex that I it's really struggling to.
So you're saying complex
Yeah.
from the get-go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's triggering my
yeah,
synapses.
gonna spread the seeds here. Well, obviously, you know, any game with randomized loot, of which Diablo was an early and very important one. Has a high level of complexity just to your sort of due to your dice rolls. Obviously, World of Warcraft, Borderlands, and all those things that have heavy replay value, or not even that, but continuing play value in trying to get these highly sought after weapons. Like, I mean, there must be millions of different combinations of stats on weapons that you can get in Diablo, and that makes for a very complex game.
Okay.
Starcraft, set amount of units, pylons.
Okay.
Starcraft is a game that can be played on multiple levels. You can be just a beginner or a casual RTS player and get lots and lots out of the game, or you could be an advanced professional. And when I say professional, I say you earn money. Sure, it's Korean money, but
which is worthless.
Well, North Korea's probably worthless.
Worthless, yeah.
It has such complexity that it is a professional sport, or e-sport as they are known.
A sport.
People have live and die by Starcraft.
And you mean that literally?
I do mean that literally. People have died playing this game, or because of it. The complexities of the game are
so he's doing it too.
quite... Yeah, well, you have to. The complexities of the game are quite complex.
Ooh.
In
Tell me more.
In how complex they are.
I heard you like complexity.
I'm intrigued.
Each unit or each game can swing in any which way due to different contributing factors on the way you build your base, on the way you on what units you send out first. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There is more than one way to win a Starcraft game.
Zerg Russia Terran.
It's got a punchline. I'm going to give Diablo the opportunity to rebut at this point.
Just high level staffs. Just a high level staff. There may not be a cow level, but there's
your
a
chances
complex
of winning.
game.
Release them.
This is the John Woo of
release them,
just let the doves go.
There's fully sick staffs and cool loots.
Cool loots.
Look, you can
fuck that camera. Whatever.
you can play.
You my John Woo.
So Starcraft, you can only play a game for a certain amount of time. Diablo, you can play indefinitely.
That's not true.
That is not true.
That's definitely true. Character carries across. Change difficulty.
It's simply not true.
Did you not listen to what I said?
I heard complex a lot. Aside from that, there was no substance.
So
It was all complex, no substance.
while I will concede both games are complex, I will err on the side of Starcraft simply because of the competitive nature and the fact that there is an esport, and there has been an esport since its inception. There continues to be for the original game as well as StarCraft 2, and that the amount of crazy shit that comes from that is probably enough to win it alone. But 50 Gs and people dropping StarCraft matches, and it brings the level of complexity outside of the game into mobs. Into the Korean mafia,
Yes.
It's all about the
suicide,
Benjamins.
into the human emotion, the human element, and that makes StarCraft more complex than Diablo.
Fair enough. It's all about the cross staff.
I will say staffs are pretty cool though. I love staffs.
Yeah.
I'm pro staff.
That
wraps it up.
is the metagame.
I lost.
Check it. You lost.
I won.
Controversial.
Liam won.
Controversial. Controversy doesn't always win.
That's right. I won the game in the episode, so
I
Up
don't
against
believe
anything.
that.
Well,
I did.
we just won't release it then.
it's part of the episode.
I
We'll cut around.
You do have the proof, though, unfortunately.
You will EQ Tom to sound like you.
Yeah, I'll dub
And it's
myself
like, oh, it's
in.
Liam.
Congratulations!
No, it's your turn, Liam.
Female loud radio.
Yes.